First thing I want to say is how good and gracious is our God. When Roel asked me to give ein demos, I didn't really want to do it. But because God has changed my life, I'm forced to share the good news that Jesus can change whoever's life.
Amen.
Ever since I've been baptized, I've been so thankful. So thankful. God has got rid of so many addictions, so many sadness in my life. And while my parents aren't here, I can say I have a family here though. I'm so happy to come to church and have a family. You know, I go home to an empty house, but I know that tomorrow I'll come home to a family, which is this house, and I'm so very grateful.
Amen.
I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart if I've hurt anyone in my life. I want to apologize because I'm so sorry, and I have to apologize because this is what I felt in my heart to do. I want to open up, if you can open up to John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
Amen.
The love that God has given us in this one verse is the biggest love story that I will ever receive. That I will ever get is this biggest love story. No matter where I look, no matter what I find, that's the biggest love story that he can offer me and he has given. And to me, that's life-changing. But it also says that you should believe. So it says that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And believing is committing your life. Sometimes it does get hard. The troubles are going to be there. When I committed my life and I said, Jesus, I need you full time. He never said that it will be easy, it will be hard. But with him, it's going to be easier. I want you to open up to Psalm 23 verse 4. And it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and staff, they comfort me. And Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. You know, through the 1 year and a bit that I've turned my life around, the devil, he's put his leg out and tried to stomp on me, try to hurt me, try to do all these awful things. But every time I fell down, I know that God, he has helped me each and every single time. And if it wasn't for your prayers, each and every single one of your prayers, I would not be here right now. And that's if you have any sort of problems, if you have a test coming up, if something's bothering you, go to your parents, go to someone, ask them, pray for me. I need you to pray for me. Because if we are not as a family, we can only go through things as a family and help each other. Because we're just a big family here. If you can open up please to 19:25, Matthew. It says here, when his disciples heard it, they were greatly astonished, saying, who then can be saved? But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. And that is true. All things is impossible. I've probably to the age of 21, only the biggest disappointments to my parents, the greatest hairs I gave to my parents. After I got baptized, I'm so happy to see smiles on my parents' face this very day. And I can only thank my family here and Jesus for saving my life. Because without him and without each and every single one of you, it would have been impossible. I would not be here. I'd be dead for sure. And if you can please open up to Luke 15:17. It says, "But when he came to himself, he said, 'How many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and have to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him, had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to his father, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and no worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servant, Bring out the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. And bring the fattened calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this is my son was dead, and his life again was lost and is found.' And they began to make merry." What a great achievement it is when our children, they come back. Yes, they may stumble. Yes, they may fall. But when they always come back, God will always bless them. God will always keep them as long as they commit their lives and search him, dig the roots deep into the ground. God will help them. God will help them. And the last verse, John 13:34. 13:34. "A new covenant I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. But by this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have loved one another." And as a family that love each other, that come to the same house, let us all stand and pray for all these beautiful children, for these youth. Let us all stand and pray for these children and youth. Thank you.